Technology is the tool, but people are the power. At ENGIE is human. Be part of it.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Amine, and I am the founder of Benabdallah Energy, which is an independent digital platform dedicated to all forms of energy and climate awareness. So we aim to share knowledge through technical, educational, visual, storytelling, and field insights. So today, our special guest for our first podcast is Asma Naoufel.
Hi, Amine. How are you?
Thanks, thank you. So it's a pleasure to have you here with us.
Thank you. Thank you
Asma
for having me.
Naoufel. It's a big pleasure. Asma Naoufel is an engineer at ENGIE with hands-on experience across wind, solar, and hydro projects in France, Brazil, and the UK. Currently a project engineer at the Dinorwig Hydro Power Station, and she focuses on performance, safety, and collaboration. She holds an executive master in energy project management from École de Ponts et Chaussées and an electrical engineering degree Renewable Energy from the National School of Applied Sciences. Thank you another time for being here with us today. So we saw that NVIDIA CEO Jensen says building a data center in the US takes about 3 years, and in contrast, in China, they can build a hospital in a week. And we often say that speed is the ultimate competitive advantage, while in the US or Europe, permitting for a simple facility can drag on for years. So right now we are seeing that the same disparity plays out in the energy sector. So according to the latest data, if I outlook, China is dominating I can't say it, sorry. China dominating the race, finally, for storage and adding over 40 gigawatts of hydropower capacity in a single year, and currently construction over 90 gigawatts of pumped storage. So this brings us to the critical challenge facing Europe. As the continent pushes for net zero, we have to face the physics of the grid. So the sun doesn't always shine and the wind doesn't always blow. So here is my question. Can Europe successfully navigate its energy transition without a massive China speed acceleration in hydropower? So without further ado, please, the floor is yours.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm really happy to be here with you, and also honored to be the first guest in this new video format that you are putting in place. Now, to go back to the question, can Europe succeed in its energy transition? So I think that Europe can succeed, but without major changes. And certainly not if it keeps doing the things the way it does today. Because as you said, China is moving very fast. It added more than 14 gigawatt of hydropower in 2024, and it's building a huge amount of pumped storage. So this gives China something extremely valuable, which is flexibility. It can store electricity and use it when, as you said, the sun isn't shining or the wind isn't blowing. But on the other hand, Europe is, I think, in a difficult situation, and different also, because most large hydropower sites are already built, and new projects or even upgrades to existing dams can take more than, I think, between 8 and 10 years or more just to get the permit and the grid connections. Because this is the issue, I think, in Europe, it's the long approval process. And so that makes it very hard to quickly add the kind of long duration storage that a renewable system needs. And so based on what I saw recently on the for this year, the latest reports and analysis, it's clear that on this point, hydro will remain important in Europe, but growth is slow, and the storage must follow up, must grow faster. So if you want a reliable electricity system, batteries and pump storage are expanding, but they're not keeping the same pace with the growth of other technologies such as wind and solar, because how can I say it? The physics are simple. So wind and solar don't produce power all the time. So the real challenge is not generating electricity and green electricity, but storing it and moving when it's needed. Batteries are like great for a few hours, but pump hydro can provide stability for many hours or even days at a very large scale. So I can say that, can Europe reach the net zero without China's speed hydropower? Technically, yes, but combining batteries, grid expansions, and also demand flexibility, interconnections also, and I think hydrogen also will be important in this transition. But the honest answer is that it becomes harder, more expensive, very expensive, and more risky. So for me, Europe doesn't need to copy China exactly the way they are doing things, but it does need their level of urgency, like faster permitting, better grid planning, and treating storage and grid upgrades as like critical infrastructure. Because in the end, I can finish with this sentence. The laws of physics don't wait for paperwork.
Oh, so nice. I
Yeah.
completely agree. So while China is having a pumped storage hydropower as a nation priority, so with over 91 gigawatts currently under construction. So to balance its renewable, Europe has only a few, like 3 gigawatts under construction. Due to policy and permitting, like you said, China, Three Gorges Corporation is the best example for that. But unlike China, which is building a massive new futures path, relies heavily on modernizing its aging fleet. So nearly 40 of global hydro assets are over 40 years old. So upgrading existing plants to be more flexible is seen as strategic priority to integrate variable renewables without ecological impacts of new dams. And the world has reached a consensus. We must live and grow in ways that protect the planet since the Paris Agreement of 2015. And the destinations has been clear, the net zero. However, in our race to get there, we are currently obsessed with the production side and the energy system. Why we argue about how to generate the electrons, we are ignoring the physics and how to deliver them.
Yeah.
The reality is hitting hard, and France needs to invest 100 billion euros to upgrade aging transmission and distribution grids under the electrification of her economy. And it is a global paradox. On one side, we see negative prices and record curtailment, where green energy is literally thrown away because the grid is too inflexible. So to absorb wind and solar peaks, on one side, we have a massive queue of industrial projects desperate for power, but stuck waiting for grid connections. So this brings us to the trillion-dollar question for today. Do we risk having an abundant green energy standard in the wrong places while our industries starve for power? So
Yes, I think this risk is already happening. It's already real in 2025, and So across Europe and other regions, so I don't know if we'll still talk about Europe, but for wind and solar capacity are growing fast, but the electricity grid, as I said, is not, as I said before in the previous the previous question, the electric grids are not keeping up with this growth. So as a result, we see a paradox, contradiction in the system, because in some areas, wind farms and solar plants are paid to slow down or to shut off because the grid cannot move the electricity to where it's needed. So curtailment has increased sharply in some countries in Europe. So losing, which is something that I saw last time, the regions losing more than 10% of the potential renewable output at peak times. So at the same time, many renewable projects are stuck for years in grid connection. So I can give you an example. For example, the UK, thousands of power, I think, projects were waiting to connect. So this forced the operators to completely reform the process just to unblock viable investment. And so I saw also similar problems, across Europe. So what can I add more? So I think that industries are stuck on the other side of the problem. As you said, data centers, factories, industries, and also electrification projects are waiting years and years for reliable grid access. So this kind of slows down the investment and makes it harder to decarbonize decarbonize the industry, and to reach the net zero that we talked about previously. And so even when clean electricity and clean power exist on the paper, so this, I think for me, this shows the core issue very clearly, which is we focused heavily on producing electricity, but not enough on delivering the electricity. So the grid has become the weakest link. So it is old, congested, and extremely slow to upgrade it. And so nowadays, a lot of countries are facing, as you can say, as you said, the challenges. France, you said about
France,
100 billion
billion.
to modernize the grid. So it shows the big challenge. It's not only in France, so it's a global, it's a Europe-wide and global issue. So if we don't fix it, we risk having, as you said, clean energy in the wrong places and at the wrong time also. So and industries, companies, factories will wait forever to have this access. So they will invest where power is available and reliable. So so the message is clear and simple. The energy transition is not about generating green electricity, but also about moving it. So we need power lines, transformers, substation. This is something that may not sound exciting as the green electricity, the wind, solar, but this is something that we need, because without them, the net zero will not happen. And so in the end, the future of clean energy depends as much on cables as it does on wind turbines, solar panels. And so if there's one takeaway, it's that the energy transition is like for me, not longer limited by the technology, but by the speed and coordination. Because we already know how to build clean power, how to store it, move it. But the thing is, we have to do it faster with simple rules and better planning, and especially like simple rules.
Of course, I'm joining your point of view. There is no grid, no transition, and despite the friction of workforce shortages and high capital costs, the business case for electrifications remains undeniable, and the superior efficiency of electric assets converts high upfront capex into long-term and OPEX savings, while simultaneously scoring energy sovereignty against volatile fossil markets. And by enduring these temporary transition costs, we are building an infrastructure that is not only cleaner, but structurally more profitable and resilient. We are engineering a legacy of sustainability, ensuring that the decisions we make today secure a stable and a prosperous future for our children. So thank you for your time, Asma. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, Amine, and wishing you a lot of success and good luck as you continue developing your concept.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.